Is it working? Whoa, that was a massive delay there. Okay, I think we're live, guys. Hello.
Brilliant. Hello.
Hello, hello. Let's just give us a second, guys, just while we check the YouTube link and X. Reese, checking on your side? Okay, it says we're live on X. Can you see where the chat window is for YouTube? Where's that? Ah, there it is. I see. Hi, everyone. Say hi in the chat. Hope you've all had a very good week so far. Just give us one more minute to make sure everything's set up and good to go.
Hello, hello, hello.
The last time we used this tool to go live, it was a little bit of a disaster. So if there's any sound issues, let me know. Let me know in the chat. If there's any delays or anything, please let us know. Okay, I think we're good. I think that's everyone. Nice. Yeah, we're good to go. Right. Hello, guys. How's everyone doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. Everyone, like to introduce you to Caleb from Cards2Cash. How are you, Caleb?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah, so we released a very exciting new portal into our community recently where SellerSmart has partnered with Cards2Cash, and that gives our community members access to buying discount gift cards so that they can boost their profits and reduce their cogs on Amazon. Caleb's here to just talk to us about himself, about Cards2Cash, what their history was, and yeah, if you just want to give yourself a little bit of an intro, Caleb.
Yeah, sure. So, Cards to Cash was founded about 2.5, 3 years ago now, and it was founded on the basis of millions and millions of pounds worth of gift cards just expire every single year. I think last year's total was about 480 million. So it's a real issue, and I felt strongly that the retailers shouldn't be profiting off this, which is where Cards to Cash was born. So Cards to Cash is a UK based platform that buys unwanted gift cards from sellers. We work with thousands of sellers, just standard people that want to sell their birthday gift card to bulk sellers that want to sell hundreds of gift cards, and we work with sellers individually and make sure that the process works for them. And then what we do is we then connect them to buyers who are willing to purchase those gift cards at a discounted rate, which is where you guys come in. So we're helping hundreds and thousands of people basically save money purchasing gift cards.
Yeah, I can tell you firsthand that I've had 3 gift cards given to me as a gift throughout my entire life, and I didn't use any of them. And by the time I remembered them, they had already expired. And one of them was on a stag do. Every one of the ushers from the wedding got gift cards to go and race Lamborghinis, and we all agreed on the stag do that we'd go at the same time. Didn't talk to each other for like a year and a half. And then when I was like, guys, are we ever doing this? It turns out they all used theirs individually with their misses. So I missed out on driving a Lambo.
Oh, that's annoying.
Mm. So yeah, so Caleb, when did Cards to Cash form?
So we launched in late 2022, and generally the growth phase has been over the past year and a half. So we've seen a massive increase in customers, sellers, and buyers all seeing the demand. I think the cost of living crisis has really played a key part because we've got people that need the extra cash that have got a gift card laying around, and then we've got people that want to purchase a gift card from us just so that they can make that saving. And if they're making that saving on a regular basis, then it really does stack up. We've got on average, if a customers spend regularly and purchase regular gift cards from us, they make a saving around £400 a year. So it's a really significant saving.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I said it in our YouTube video about this the other day that everyone I speak to, pretty much no one does this in the UK, and yet in the US, it's a super massive cultural thing that they all get their like newspaper cutouts for coupons, and they're very frugal and thrifty. And I think people do that in the UK, but from a seller perspective, I just don't think we do that for some reason. So hopefully we're going to be the group that educates the Amazon community in the UK to actually go out there and do it, because the times in
Definitely,
my
yeah.
yeah, the times when I was sourcing for my own store, again, I said this in the video, I would selling high ticket goods from Currys, and I just had zero competition because no one else was using cashback and discount gift cards the way I was. Sam,
Mm.
am I right in saying that you haven't used them until recently?
Yeah, I've obviously seen a lot of stuff in the US, like you said, and you always hear a bit of shady stuff in the US. So you never really know if it's like a good thing to use or not. And then it was from speaking to you, you sort of got me onto them, and then I've been using them for the last like 2, 3 months. I've started using them, and yeah, they've helped quite a lot. I've spent like I don't know, maybe like 25 grand on gift cards over the last few months. And they've been super helpful, probably saved probably near 2K, I would have thought, which is, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, this is the thing I was saying the other day. I think a lot of people don't pay attention to 4 or 5% here or there, but over the course of a year
Mm.
in your selling, that is a significant amount of money. If you're spending tens of thousands per month or every couple of months on stock, it adds up very quickly, doesn't it?
It makes a big, big difference. Like, yeah, just little percentages here and there. Yeah, like you say, it all adds up, and yeah, they're for me, it's a no-brainer. If the gift cards are available, then I'll always try and grab some because I know they always get spent, and yeah, you can always make a bit more money on it. So it's yeah, like I say, especially in OA, everything is about trying to make as much money as possible from anywhere possible as well. So any little thing you can do, whether it's cashback or gift cards, anything like that, you want to make the most of it and sort of capitalize on it, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. Guys, just to let you know, we've got some questions lined up from the Discord, and I had some DMs from people with questions. So if you have any questions, fire them into the chat in YouTube or wherever you're joining from. We're still kind of new to the live chat thing, so I'm sure we're not complete boomers, but we'll get used to it. Right, so let's go into some of the questions. So you talked a bit about Cards2Cash. Do you want to talk a little bit about your plans for what you want to do with the company? You know, loosely, whatever you're allowed to say.
Yeah, well, Cards2Cash obviously growing really quickly, and we're seeing demand from our services. And I believe that um, expanding is key. So we've just launched in Ireland. That's a really big step for us. We've worked really, really hard to get all the legalities sorted and branch into this new market. So that's really exciting. And then we're constantly working on improving our systems, making it more user friendly, and adding in new features. So, for example, at the start of the year, we introduced a new bank transfer feature that allows you to bank transfer us directly, and will register that bank transfer within like a minute of it arriving. And it's features like that that we're improving the way of our site operations, and we are making it more easier to go through the process of buying and selling gift cards.
Nice. Yeah, to give people context to Caleb, because we've been in chats with Caleb for a couple of months now, and of all the people that we do partnerships with and do agreements with, you are by far the most switched on when it comes to following compliance, following the law, making sure everything's above board, which was an interesting change for us because most people we talk to are like, yeah, let's do it, let's go balls to the wall. But it's
Yeah.
good to know because there's a lot of concern with discount gift cards that they're coming from fraudulent places. So maybe you could speak on that a bit.
Yeah, so when a gift card is sold to us, whether non-dependent on the value, we ask for proof of that gift card. So we ask for screenshots, images of it to make sure that it is a genuine gift card, and then we then branch into asking for payment evidence and just making sure that it is a legitimate gift card. And then as we branch into the sort of higher value cards, we then ask for ID verification from each one of our sellers, and we're very strict on verification and making sure that we adhere to only processing cards that are from legitimate sources, and we only process them very very legitimately.
Yeah, yeah. I've spoken to a few people who they have gone down the route of getting gift cards from people that they thought were justified and verified, and it turns out it was dodgy. And it's not the kind of people you really want to be interacting with too much, because if they're willing to scam others, they're willing to scam you, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, and it can get you into a whole load of complications if retailers find out that gift card wasn't acquired legitimately, and then they try and take action against you. As we ensure that that won't happen, basically.
Nice, very cool. So, one of the questions we had in the community was it was from Sam actually. It was, is there an expiry date on the gift cards? And I guess by extension, you could explain the guarantee that we have with Cards to Cash.
Yeah, so Cards2Cash offer a minimum of 2 months expiry on a gift card. However, most of them will last 1 to 2 years. It just is completely retailer dependent. However, we physically wouldn't list a gift card on the site if it had less than 2 months left, because we feel that is an inadequate amount of time. However, we only provide protection on that gift card for 14 days from the purchase date. So we generally advise that you purchase your gift card when you're ready to make your purchase from the retailer, well, within 14 days. However, if you were to have an issue after that time, we're still able to investigate and cover issues. However, we can't guarantee that we'll be able to 100% resolve it. So that's why we say buy the gift card and you aim to use it within 14 days.
Yeah, nice. I think that's totally fair. I think a lot of retailer deals tend to come on for a bit longer than 24 hours. Well, at least some of them do. So even if the cards aren't available and you need to do sourcing requests, hypothetically, if we manage to get the cards within 2 days, the deal should still be on. But in
Yeah,
my opinion, I like to have them backed up. I like to have them ready for when deals are on.
yeah, and if it
I
does
think, yeah,
happen to
like I
take,
say, sorry
sorry,
to interrupt. I think, like you say, it's best to have them backed up. Like whenever the Currys ones, for example, or John Lewis or Argos sort of come available, if you know you regularly source from these websites on a weekly basis, then you might as well just have a backup. Like there's certain websites which I know where I spend money on every single week, so I'll always make sure I've got gift cards ready to go and stacked up, because it's very rare I go at least definitely 2 weeks where I've not bought anything from that website. So
mm,
yeah, just back them up and grab them when they're available at the sort of best discount price. Because otherwise, what will happen is you'll see a deal on, say, John Lewis, and you think, right, I need to buy this, and it's all right. Let's see if I want any gift cards. And so, they're going to take a day or 2 days to come, and then you've sort of just thrown away sort of 8% there, or whatever the percentage is. When if you had it backed up, then yeah, you would have made a lot more money on it.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. You will like inevitably miss out on deals if you're not prepared. And like going into
Definitely.
Q4, you really need to be prepared, don't you?
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I think one of the agreements that we've got with SellerSmart is that um, we offer gifts that are acquired directly from the retailers, and although they are smaller discounts, they are covered for as long as as long as until they expire, basically. So that would be another option if you wanted to acquire a large amount of cards and we weren't available or weren't able to get them from higher discounted like our sellers, for example.
Nice. So another one from Sam, I think. Is there a cap on how many we can buy? So I mentioned briefly in our announcement video how this is going to work because of payment processes being so tricky. But Caleb, I'll let you expand on that.
Yeah, so at the moment, SellerSmart users can purchase up to £15,000 on a card payment per week and then £25,000 per month. However, we do not apply limits to bank transfers, which include a 1% discount, or PayPal, which have an additional 2% fee added on top. So you've got the 25k per month free. Basically, you can pay on card, and then you've got the two other options of bank transfer and PayPal.
Nice. So one question that Inez asked in the group, which good question, Inez, because we were talking about this when we were negotiating. So he asked, do we take Amex? And yeah, I'll let you explain where we were thinking, where our heads were at with that.
So at the moment, we don't like in-house take Amex. It's just we would have to apply for different payment providers, and it gets quite complicated. However, the way we found around this was doing it directly through PayPal, and that's just a 2% plus 20p fee. So what we would advise is it's not integrated directly in the website at the moment because we don't know the demand. So if you'd like to make a purchase through PayPal, you can always contact us on our website and contact the customer service team, and we'll send you a link to pay via PayPal.
Yeah, and am I correct in saying that the payment processor fee would be passed on to them? So the 2% would
That would be added on to the payment. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like in Amazon, most sellers don't have to worry about payment processes, but my partner does different stuff in our business, so we're very familiar with them, and they are a nightmare. And they make incredibly good margins from the fees they charge, so it's
Yeah.
very frustrating.
Yeah. I think we have to work very closely with ours because of the industry that we're in and the risk that we pose. We have to work very closely to make sure that anything we do is above board, basically.
Yeah, of course. Always better to be play it safe because you don't want to get on the wrong side of your payment processors when they've got loads of your money tied up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you do to recommend the safest way to go about gift cards to not risk orders getting cancelled or flagging with retailers for suspicious activity?
So we always advise our sellers to, or buyers, sorry, to not use a VPN when making a purchase with retailers because that can always flag as a risk. Um, don't use multiple bank cards and accounts at the same IP address. So we would say stick with card and account at the same IP address, and then don't use temporary emails either because they flag really easily.
Okay, interesting. Do you know if that applies to like residential proxies? Because the reason I ask is people on Amazon will buy lots of quantities over different accounts. So I'm wondering if a way to get around that is with residential proxies, hopping between the two or three with different bank cards.
I've not had any experience with it. That's generally our advice. It might work. It's worth a try. I haven't had any particular experience with it though.
Okay, well in that case, I'll try that and I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
I'll risk it all. Okay, so do we have any questions? Is there a limit on cards we can buy? We said that. So are gift cards sent to you instantly?
Yeah, so we deliver all gift cards instantly once the payment has been received by us. If you if you purchase the gift card directly from our website, and then the payment will just go through, and then the card will be sent to you within about 30 seconds usually. Um, if it's a bulk deal, then that can take slightly longer just because we arrange those cards to be sent to you directly. Um, but that goes the same with the bank transfer feature. They are always delivered instantly.
Nice. And if you're getting gift cards from retailers, do they know we're using them to buy and resell the products? So do you want to give some overview of how this works?
Yeah, so we have relationships with like trusted vendors of the retailers who have vetted our business basically. So they've understood our company and they've understood the way we've operated. So if we are acquiring them directly from the retailers, then they are aware that what they're being used for and they're being listed on our website. However, if you're purchasing a card that's say being listed because someone sold it to us, then that they wouldn't be aware because that has entered the public domain once it's been purchased. So we don't have any control of being able to advise them that we're selling it, for example.
Yeah, I so Stu, just to add on to that, I did this for so long and I never had issues. I know some places like Amazon, if you're doing lots of A to A purchasing and you use loads of discount gift cards, that can be a problem. That can cause issues. But I never had any issues with Currys, with Argos, with John Lewis. I'm sure some people have. I'm just saying I never experienced that.
We generally advise buyers to keep their Amazon balance below £1,000, because anything above that can cause alerts to be sent from Amazon or to Amazon. So if you're buying gift cards for Amazon, apply them to your account, use them, and then apply more. Just to keep the balance totally below 1,000.
Okay, that's really interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you.
That's okay.
So yeah, to give you all a bit of, I'm sure you're aware of the benefits of this. Like I was really excited to bring this service, and I don't think people are quite aware of how great this is going to be in your businesses until you actually do it very regularly. But just to give you like a highlight reel of the benefits, I was lowering my cost of goods from certain retailers. I was able to stack discount gift cards whilst getting cash back, whilst claiming VAT, which we can get into because Sam's got a good explanation to that, because I know someone else asked about that. So lowered my cost of goods, increased my profit, inevitably downstream that helps with your cash flow. You have less competition, which we all know the most challenging part of Amazon is finding amazing deals that other people find as well, and then ruin it by, demand goes up, supply stays the same, and price crashes. It's a challenging part of the business model, which is why you have to do stuff like this, in my opinion. Because you are going to be competing with other people who do this, and they're going to be able to drop their price a lot lower than you are. So if you're not doing it, you are just going to get left behind, or you're going to suffer losses when some listings inevitably break. Doesn't happen with every listing, obviously. It just happens often enough that you need to be smart. One thing I wanted to mention, and Caleb, I can throw this to you as well, is the more that this service is used through our community, the better the discounts we can provide to the community members. So yeah, Caleb, if you want to expand.
So as we see the demand for this service increase, and we can see that you guys are willing to purchase more gift cards, we can then work with our suppliers and the all of the people that are basically making our site grow for you guys or work for you guys. We can work with them, and as they see the demand grow, we can work with them to reduce our fees involved, because this is a very low margin product for us, and we work on the volume, and as do our suppliers. So we have to increase our volume to decrease our costs, and when we're able to decrease our costs, we can pass those discounts back on to you guys and SellerSmart.
Yeah, awesome. It's similar in like, it's like the wholesale model in Amazon. The more volume that you do, the better your margins can get.
Definitely, yeah.
Someone in our chat has just said that they can't send comments. I'm guessing they're on a mobile device. Is anyone else having issues writing comments? Which I know is an ironic thing to say, because you wouldn't be able to comment that if you were. Any more questions? Throw them in the chat, guys. If you can hear me and you can comment.
Chuck them in the Discord group if you can't do it on here.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Thank you. What else? Okay, I've got YouTube open on my side, and it says I can leave comments. So I'm not sure why they're not seeing it. Right, I'm going to ask Sam and Reese's permission here, because I don't want to reveal too much too soon. Reese, are you in the call? He's not in the call. Well,
He's up and
just
left
one
you.
thing. Sorry?
He's up and left you. Oh, there we go.
How much are you? How much are we comfortable saying app-wise? Okay, we'll continue to be teasers. Yeah, if you've got a screenshot, that would be really good. But yeah, guys, so the app in the background, we have been working on it for a very long time. I'm not going to say on the live call why it's taken so much longer, but you will see why it's taken so much longer, because what we're building is competing against big boys, and Cards2Cash is going to be integrated into the app that we release. So not only are you going to be able to do lots of different things in the app, but you're going to be able to see the profit differences with your purchasing with the discount gift cards applied, which is all fully integrated already. It looks very cool. We're really excited to bring it to a small group of people to test, but yeah, we're very excited to bring that into the app. And Caleb, I think you actually just recently got into Amazon selling yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I've kind of been in and out of it for quite a while, but I did start recently. Start again.
Good time to be in it. You're definitely in the right business model to know where to get the best deals.
Exactly, yeah. Definitely. And I think with our integration directly with you guys, it's really important so that you can then track when gift cards are available, and you can obviously see the amount of saving that you can make when you purchase these deals.
Yeah, for sure. We are going to have it integrated. So whenever discards become available, there'll be pings in the app and quite possibly in our Discord server. So even if you're not using the app and you're in the free Discord server, you should still get alerts. We've got lots of exciting plans of how we can integrate this into other elements of our business, folding into the existing ecosystem, as James Sinclair would say. Okay, so did I already ask, is there a limit on the cards we can buy per day? Did we already cover that?
That's kind of covered with the 15 grand a week. I think that's a
Yeah,
daily limit, and once you've hit that, then we can obviously talk to you about how we go about making further purchases or waiting for the week to pass.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I know to some people it's going to be mind blowing that someone could spend 10 to 15 grand a day, but that's what happens when you play this game long enough. You will get there as well.
Yeah.
So I've used the request a gift card feature on the site. I'm just wondering how likely new cards will be added, either for an existing retailer or a new retailer.
So that will completely depend on store type that you've requested. So our team have specific contacts with that specializes in selling these sorts of gift cards. So depending on what type of card that you're looking to purchase, it will depend on the waiting time. So some of the more popular stores we can get quite easily within a day or two. However, some of the more complicated and less popular, we would have to do a bit more digging, and it completely depends on the demand that we've got of people wanting to sell those gift cards. But if you've made that request, then that will be assigned to someone in the customer service team, and they'll be actively working and trying to find you a buyer for that gift card or seller for that gift card.
Nice. Are you allowed to say how big your team is at the moment, or would you prefer to keep that under wraps?
I can't share that, unfortunately.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So you mentioned customer service. I talk about this a lot in our videos all the time. Having really good customer service is super important to me because everything in life will come with its issues. So, yeah, if you want to talk about SellerSmart's customer service prioritization.
Yeah, so we value customer service, I think, as much as you do, and providing that top level is so important. So, yeah, we have agreed that your requests and chats, as long as they're submitted through that live chat window or the like submit a request box on the contact us page, they go above standard requests for our first response. So will get to yours quicker than we may do for our site, where responses usually only take an hour or two. We will make sure that they are responded to first.
Nice. Very cool. And if anyone was wondering what the demand of this is like, we did have a small test group um, request cards whilst the portal was being built, and just between a handful of large sellers, it was £30,000 of Curry's gift cards requested. So I think that's a good indication to you that if you're not doing this, you should see that other people are, and this is how bigger sellers are making their money. So to me, it's definitely something to look into, at least to try it. Once you try it, you can see it works, and I guarantee you'll go back.
Definitely, yeah.
So Rosita in the chat's asked, so what about VAT when using gift cards? Which Sam, I know you've got a good answer queued up for that one.
I have indeed. So this is come directly from our bookkeeper, not from me. But so because I asked the question when I was firstly looking into buying gift cards, how it really works from that point of view. So the way my bookkeeper has explained it is, I'll read it word for word, is So there's no VAT applied on the purchase of the gift card. When you buy a gift card, it then becomes an asset on the books. So when you buy stock, there then needs to be a manual journal to deduct the purchase value from the asset and move it into the inventory. And then as we're buying gift cards for less than their value, the value gained between the card purchase price and its value will be treated as profit. And then normal VAT is claimed on the stock purchases with the card and the COGS on the sale of goods as well. So that was directly from Bookkeeper. Whether I assume that's going to be pretty standard across all bookkeepers and all accountants. You might want to, I would always speak, if you do use a bookkeeper, speak to your bookkeeper. If you've got an accountant, speak to your accountant. Double check with them, because some bookkeepers work differently to others. So while this is how my bookkeeper does it, yours might do something separate. So it's always worth, make sure you speak to the bookkeeper, speak to your accountant, figure out how they want you to categorize this in QuickBooks or Xero and the best way to do it. And they will be able to explain sort of how they want it done or how it should be done for you. But yeah, that's essentially what it is. You can claim the VAT back on the purchase once you use the card. But yeah, that's it. Speak to your accountant as always.
Yeah, it's one of those things in e-commerce where I swear, like, you have the same question to 6 different accountants and they'll give you 6 different answers.
Exactly. Everyone likes to do things their own way. So that's why it's always best, because I know, 'cause I raised the case with a few other guys I sort of chat to all the time, and I said, look, this is how I reconcile it on my end. But speak to your accountant, they might do something different. And then when they both, or there's a few of them spoke to a few different accountants, one said one way, another said another way. But essentially it all ends up the same result anyway. Like the outcome's the same, whichever way you do it. It's just each accountant has got a different particular way of how they want to do it. So I would, yeah, just speak to them. But there's no issues on the VAT front or anything like that. So yeah, just speak to them, see how they want you to reconcile it on your accounting software.
Nice. All right, I've been given permission to show parts of the app, so Sam, riff for me while I log in.
Pressure's on. So just to start with, obviously, while the app isn't built, how do we purchase the gift cards? What's the process from sort of a step-by-step process? Say, right, I want to purchase £1,000 worth of Argos gift cards. What do I need to do?
Yeah, I'm happy to share my screen and go through the process if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that while Sean's waiting.
Okay, let's do this. Can you see my screen?
I can, yes.
Perfect. Okay, so we've got the SellerSmart portal, and to sign up for the portal, you'll have needed to use Discord. So we can just go ahead and sign in directly with Discord. That will authenticate, and then fingers crossed, it should bring it back. There we go. Okay, so now we've got access to our portal, and here we can go on the buy gift card section, and you can see all of the gift cards that are available at the moment. So as we can see, we don't have any Argos that are listed, so we wouldn't be able to just go and buy them straight away. However, if you wanted to buy a John Lewis card, you can add this gift card to your basket. So say we'll just buy one of them. Wait for it to load. I think my laptop might be overwhelmed today.
Every time you want to demonstrate something, it never works, does it? It's always it's always the way. But that's fine. So I guess it goes to your basket and you just sort of check out as normal, I
loading, and then
suppose.
there's normal buttons to check out. So
Okay, cool.
as you've mentioned, if you wanted to purchase something specific, then we've got this section here where you can ask us to contact you about a specific request. So when this has been submitted, it will be directly assigned to someone that will actively work on your request in finding that gift card. And depending on the store, depending on the amount of cards that you'd like to buy, that will depend on how long it takes us to get them. But we will work to get them as soon as possible as soon as we can get them. Let's see if
And
the
do you have
price.
like an SLA on the response time? If I was to request, say, I put a request in for £1,000 on Argos, would you sort of get back to me within like 24 hours just to say, right, you're working on it, and we'll sort of keep you updated as and when we get them?
Yeah, so our email response time is 24 hours and our live chat
Okay.
response time is 4 hours. So if it's slightly more of an urgent case, then always contact us on live chat, and if not, email will be responded to within a day.
Okay, perfect.
Very
I'm gonna
cool.
stop sharing and see if it'll work.
Just because I did have a few people ask, when you're signing up, it's going to present the option to sign in, and unless you're a member in the Discord, it won't let you sign in, but then you can just click sign up below and then sign up via Discord. It's pretty
Yeah,
straightforward, but a few people got confused, so just thought it was worth noting.
if you have issues, our team are always here to help. Um, I'll get the. We've got a phone number that you can call us if you require assistance. So if it's on that sign up process and maybe you can't access live chat, you can always give us a call and we'll get you logged in.
Okie dokie, right. I have logged into our app and I'm making sure that everything is hidden. And I'm going to share my screen now. All right, guys, are you ready? Drum roll, please. You're not going to yeah, you're not going to see all of it. We're just going to show this bit. But in one of the sections of the app, this is how it's looking. The integration with Cards2Cash is here. So this is going to be a live feed of discount gift cards. So the ones you see here are actually cards that are available in the portal as well. So when you're doing your sourcing, you can go through until you find the ones you like. You can also search in the top bar here, and we have built in the. I'm just going to use Cineworld as an example because you don't just have to use this for Amazon selling. You can use this for going to the cinema, for buying your clothes, doing your food shop. So what we've done in the app to help you guys out with the maths, because I know a lot of people struggle with that. We're also going to have a discount gift card tracker that's in the bio of this video, which you can download completely for free. But let's say I was spending £1,000 at Cineworld and I wanted to calculate. So with the 17% discount, that would cost me £830. And again, like focusing just on Amazon, but the value in that is just crazy, isn't it? Because if you're buying an order that's £1,000 worth of stock and you're getting it between, I don't know, 7 and 17% depending on the retailer, the amount of money that you can make, the amount of profit you can make in comparison to not using that is crazy. And it does mean that you can drop your price a lot further. So we're really serious that we know this is going to be a great addition to the app, and we worked very very hard to bring it to you guys. So yeah, we do hope you like it. But I hope you like
It
how the
opens
app
you
looks
up
as well.
to it opens you up to so many more deals as well. Like what you could be looking at a deal which could be, I don't know, say 15% ROI, but then if you chuck a gift card on top, it could then make it like a 20% ROI plus. So then most people, when they're sourcing, see 15% ROI, completely discounted, not interested. But where you've found it 15%, chucked a gift card on, and then you've made that extra bit of money and it makes it even more profitable, you could then compete against a lot fewer people, because a lot of people won't be interested in that deal. Whereas you got that added little bonus, you can yeah, you can jump on that listing and yeah, start making more profit than everyone else as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't even think to mention, but I mean, imagine that with your VAs. If you've got VAs who are struggling to find whatever your requirements are, like let's say between 5 and 10 leads a day, if you've got VAs really struggling to find them, using this kind of tool is just going to make them enable them to do their job so much easier. So yeah, really really great tool. Really looking forward to testing this with a lot of people, and yeah, we know it's going to help you guys make more money. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I think I've shown enough, right? I don't need to show anymore. Just a little sneak preview.
I think something that I forgot to add earlier is we also offer a feature that we will notify you when a new gift card is listed. So while all of these features are pending and SellerSmart are developing them, if you're looking for a specific gift card, then we offer a notification feature and just tick the box, and then we'll send you an email as soon as one of those gift cards comes in stock, basically.
Very cool. Okay, does anyone have any further questions? Or Sam, have you got any further points?
No, I
I know
think covers it for me.
Stuart said, can you send that quote somewhere from Bookkeeper? The one that you said about earlier with the VAT. Can you post that in Discord?
I can indeed.
Thank you very much. And yeah, Stu, as we said, just confirm with your own accountant as well, because I believe that information is correct because that's the rules I followed. And if you think about it from a logic perspective, the reason discount gift cards aren't VATable is because you're essentially buying a form of money, aren't you? So it doesn't really make sense to charge VAT to it. But when you're using them to purchase stock, that does make sense because you're using a form of currency in a way.
Definitely. Just quick, Gonk has asked a question in the Discord server. We sort of covered it at the start, but it's a good point. So, can you guarantee that your gift card suppliers haven't used stolen credit cards to get them?
Yeah, so we obviously complete background checks on anyone we accept a gift card from. They have to provide us purchase proof, and generally with customers that use or try and defraud systems, they're not going to be able to provide that purchase proof because it won't exist. So when selling a gift card, if we can't see that purchase proof, we won't accept it because it's too high of a risk.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Right, sorry, just give me 1 sec. I actually had a question lined up and I've lost it. Cal, you had a question, didn't you? What was your question? I can't find it. He's just typing on them. Okay. Hold on. He did ask a question and it was actually very valid. I just can't find it. It's worth asking.
I think before on that, something else to add is that on your first or maybe second with Cards2Cash, there is a possibility that you will be prompted to do an ID check, and we have to conduct those checks to make sure that our buyers are following the rules, basically. So don't be alarmed if you see the check process that data. We have a company that deals with that for us, and you complete the check with them, and then it just comes back to us if you've passed or you failed. I think it's important to make sure that we're following the rules, allowing customers to buy gift cards from us, and it also protects us against from fraud as well. So if you're prompted after your first purchase, don't worry about it. Once you've done it once, you won't be prompted again. It's just we have to run those checks in the background.
Okay, cool. So the last question I had was, how do you guarantee the cards aren't empty when you sell them? How do you verify that they actually do have a balance?
So when a seller goes on our website to sell a gift card, it gets sent directly to a member of my team, and then my team then verify and then list it on the website. So we wouldn't list a gift card without a balance, for example. We always make sure that they have a balance. And then to avoid the risk that a gift card is redeemed while on the website, my team also go through the available gift cards and check the balance of them while they are listed. So we have a very, very low percentage of customers that have issues after purchase because we do check all the gift cards very, very regularly.
What do you even do in that situation if someone does just use the balance? Is there any way to chase that person up on your end?
So we hold all the money for 14 days from both parties. So when a
Okay.
buyer purchases a gift card, we hold that money, and then after 14 days, we then release it to the seller. So the seller won't have any benefit of redeeming the gift card because they just won't get their money, for example. And that's why we have that 14-day process in place.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's all the questions. Caleb, do you have anything else that you'd like to highlight in the call?
Um, I don't think so. I'm really looking forward to this partnership, and I can see that hopefully all of your members are, and I think this is going to be really successful. So yeah, thank you very much for partnering with us.
Yeah, likewise. And with the growth of this coming out, we're looking forward to potentially expanding to the EU as you guys do as well.
Yeah, it'll coincide together, won't it?
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal because we're building an app that obviously if you've got a digital service as your business model, you can sell everywhere in the world. So, if this kind of thing does expand to the EU and to the US, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. We've got exciting plans, and I'm sure you have as well.
Definitely. Sam, I think you said you were good right now. No further points.
Yeah, no, all good from me.
All right. Well, guys, yeah, thank you ever so much for joining today. Really appreciate you all jumping on the call. It was far less of a disaster than it was last time, so that's great. Stu's just jumped in and said, "Can you buy EU Amazon cards?"
So we do have our Irish enterprise that does have EU Amazon gift cards in Europe. So if you're looking for them specifically, then send us a message and we can arrange that for you.
Nice. Okay, cool. I think we can call it a day there, guys. I think that's all the questions we had. Thank you again for your time, and Caleb, really appreciate you joining this call, and we're really looking forward to working with you, mate.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Bye bye.